Hello guys, in this video I am going to talk about my top anime of all time. I watched about 120 anime in total, and I've shortlisted it down to 10 anime, the best ones I have watched according to my own preference. So at number 10, it is Bleach. So Bleach was there was a time when Bleach was my all-time favorite anime, but it got dropped to the 10th position because at the start it went very good. It had a great art, it had cool characters and skills. The characters were very good, and the story was very compelling, and the skills set were pretty good. But after about 50 to 60 episodes, it started to go downhill for some reason. The Arankar arc wasn't that good. There were too many fillers, and the pacing got really slow. And the what it killed me it for me is that the manga kept on going, but anime was kind of left behind. So I also stopped watching at the very end, but still it gets in my top 10 because especially during the beginning of when it started, it was an awesome anime. The number 9, uh, my favorite number 9 anime is Clannad and Clannad After Story both. So I don't watch that many romance and drama anime, but it's the best that I have watched. um, there are very few anime which talks about married life and being a father. So this one felt really nice, and it was very relatable. The OST is top notch as well. The bad thing could be is that this anime started out as a visual novel which had a lot of content. So it was a harem game, but in anime they focus on one route only. So it's not a big problem if you don't follow the visual novel. Then this route, in the one which the anime shows, it's pretty good as well. Number 8 is Steins Gate. So the Steins Gate has awesome story and always keeps the watcher on their toes. It has the best execution of time travel, and the characters are very memorable. I like the first part a lot as compared to the second part. So uh, I thought that the Steins Gate Zero was not that as good. It gets too depressing sometimes, and similar to Clannad, so the visual novel was a little better, and the art was a little better in the visual novel as well. That's my preference. So the at number 7 it's Gintama. Gintama is hands down the best humor anime ever. It made me laugh more than any other anime. So Gintama is all about parodies. If it's I recommend you to watch this if you have watched other mainstream anime as well. So if you haven't watched them, you won't get the references. So and also Gintama is like episodic. They are seen as individual episodes. You just need to know the basics in the beginning, and then even if you watch after sometimes, then you would know what's going on. That's could be a good thing or a bad thing. And there are also story arcs, but they are not as interesting as others. So I watched Gintama mostly for its humor and the parodies. So at number 6 is Dragon Ball Z. It needs no introduction. It's a very nostalgic anime. Everyone knows about this. It has action-packed storyline with various arcs and sagas. The character development is significant. It has very iconic protagonist and antagonist. The Dragon Ball world is rich with a lot of planets and races. And the bad thing could be is that the pacing can be slow, such as prolonged battles and fillers. And there is power scaling issues, and especially the neglecting of some characters is something which I did not like. Like for example, Yamcha is neglected too often, and there is a lack of consequences. Like in other anime, if death occurs, then it's very tragic. But once you know what the Dragon Balls do, you're not that sad anymore, even if a character dies. so that is a little minus point. At number 5 and number 4, I put Code Geass and Death Note both, because uh, they're both awesome anime. I loved them both. I put them in the same category because they're very similar. They have equally good story, and the similar things are strategy making, where they psychologically play a hero against antagonists. That's very appealing and similar. The protagonists are also similar, with they both have anti-heroes traits, and both protagonists have immortal powers to rule others. And the con could be that not Code Geass but Death Note has a little slower pace compared to Code Geass, and especially after the death of L in Death Note, it gets a bit boring. So at number 3, it's Attack on Titan. It's the most hype anime I've ever seen. Like right from the start, from the first episode, it was very hype. The action scenes were out of this world, and the artwork and the OST suits the action as well. It was very great. And also there is a permanent fear of death, and humans have their limits, like unlike other anime where the protagonist cannot fail at all. So that's not the case with Attack on Titans. And it's also a con in a sense, like characters die too often, and also similar to Bleach, the anime is lagging far too behind manga, but at least it's going to end soon, unlike Bleach, where they just stop going on. In Attack on Titan as well, I don't like the fact that it got lagged too much behind the manga. So there at number 2, it's Naruto. So Naruto is the anime which made me fall in love with anime. So the ninja world and the skills used are very interesting for me. It has great character development, amazing stories, and it has some of the most epic fights ever. There are like unique elements such as the idea of sage mood, summoning techniques, eye techniques such as Sharingan, Rinnegan, and tailed beasts are very interesting and nice concepts. And also Naruto teaches us a lot of things as well, like friendship, love, forgiveness, and never to give up. And the bad thing of Naruto is that very late in Shippuden, it's like not about ninjas anymore. It's about alien powers, which I did not like. Like the last fight which I liked was Sasuke and Itachi and Naruto versus Pain. After that, it kind of went downhill for me. And at number 1, it's One Piece. So One Piece is also similar to Naruto. It made me fall in love with anime, and it's known for its awesome adventures, amazing story, epic fights, and it's also the one which made me laugh a lot. And also there's also emotion attached to this anime, and it always keeps us in suspense, which could be a bad thing for some people, but I love it as it keeps us hooked. Like you don't have to watch like people are frustrated when the episode ends without too much happening, but I don't see a problem with that, because I don't watch one episode per week. Rather, what I do is I wait 1 or 2 years, then watch the full arcs or sagas all at once. So that's why this suspense is never a problem for me. And also people complain about it being too long, but I have reached a conclusion that you don't need to watch too many anime as I have done. Instead, it's better to watch only a few anime which keep us hooked all the time. So the One Piece definitely does this the best. Like I could easily have named Code Geass or Attack on Titan at number 1, but One Piece gets the number 1 place because the other anime makes us hooked for very small time. but One Piece has hooked us for like more than 20 years. So kudos to them. The A few complaints also about this anime, like other, is that there are too much plot armor for main characters. Um, like Luffy, he can take 100 hits, but he doesn't get defeated at all. But if the enemy takes a few hits, they're probably just defeated. So that's kind of one or two thing which I don't like about One Piece. And so the prolonging of fights is also an issue. And similar to Naruto, there are lots of fillers and flashbacks. Other than that, obviously it's at the number one anime I watched. So that's all about my favorite anime. I want to also know about your favorite anime as well.